Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. Hope you're doing well. What's good, what's good, what's good? So today's show is going to be short and sweet. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but we have a birthday celebration going on, but I wanted to do the show real quick, get some information out there. Tonight's question: who just bought a no-code trading automation platform? Coinbase, OKX, Kraken, or other? Put it in the notes in the comments if you think it's other. All right. There's just been so much that's been going on. It's not even funny, like a ridiculous amount. Let's start with this one. Matthew Siegel of Van Eck created the Bitcoin Hall of Shame, listing critics like Joseph Stiglitz, Janet Yellen, and others as those who hate crypto. Jamie Dimon is on that list. It's actually funny. It actually made me smile. Right? Because you're talking about a whole bunch of people that, they don't give a rat's behind about crypto. They don't like crypto. It just is what it is. I don't care what Jamie Dimon says. I've come to the realization that Jamie Dimon's, he might not like something, but if it can make him money, he likes it. You know what I mean? It's that love, hate kind of thing. I'm going to hate it until it makes me money. And even then, I'm still going to hate it, but I'll be happy for the money. And there you go. You know what I mean? There you go. So I look at that and I just go, yeah, that's pretty interesting. That's funny. Not so much funny, but funny. U.S. tech shares drop sharply. Why? Why? Do I have to say why? The FOMC minutes came out. They weren't good. And then Jay Powell's just hawkish. And I have to tell you, it goes back to what I was saying last night. The numbers aren't there for a cut. And a 25 basis point cut, it's kind of like, what are you going to do with a 25 basis point cut? What are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with that? Right? But that's not the real reason why everything dropped. Those aren't the real reasons. Why did everything drop? Huge tech sell-off. Why? Somebody came out with a report. I totally forgot who it was. But somebody came out with a report that says the greater percentage, like greater than 95% of the AI pilots that get launched at large institutions fail. So they're not seeing the fruit of their labor. So all the tech stocks got crushed like walnuts at Thanksgiving. Dead serious. Crushed. Then Sam Altman gets out there, Nimrod, and I said, I said this is no bueno. This is a no bueno thing. I told you we had been testing GPT-5, and I had told you that we're running as a test. We start off in the same way. We're going to start off with Qwen 3 14B running side by side with GPT-5. Comparable. Was GPT-5 better? You could say it was better, but not as much as you would think with all the hype and the hoopla and the blah, blah, rah, rah, all that other crap. And you're not going up against Grok. You're not going up against anything else. You're going up against a 14B. And they screwed the pooch in so many different ways. The first screw pooch was, they dropped a public version that you can run locally. What did it compare to? 3. You're dropping 5 and you give us something that compares to 3. But you were acting like it was 5. Oh, you can run it on your own, blah, 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 blah. They really didn't get into, no, it's only comparable to 3. So what the hell? Yo, Lex, thank you for letting me know you invested in yourself today. So what the hell? Or what my daughter say, what the helly? So that was something. And then he actually came out, Sam Altman came out today and said, yeah, GPT-5 wasn't good. But hey, we're going to do well with GPT-6. That's what you were saying about GPT-5, and it sucked. That's the BS that you were saying about GPT-5 and it sucked. You screwed the pooch. Then it gets better. Yo, Cornell, it gets better. But did you invest in yourself today? What gets better about it? Well, I don't know. Maybe because he's out there and he's saying, oh, yeah, we'll do better with GPT-6. Why would I believe you? Why would I believe you? Thank you for letting me know, sir. Why would I believe you? Here's something that I'm contemplating. Because, oh boy. And I'm gonna cover this more in depth on Saturday. I might do a show Saturday. We got another birthday on Saturday, so I may or may not do another show. But the next AI show is gonna talk about how AI is being injected with a whole ton of an F ton of false information, which misguides AI, right? And you want to know who has the advantage in that space? Qwen 3, DeepSeek, and the other locally running versions. Why? Because they're trained off of earlier versions, which means that nobody figured out, oh yeah, we can inject bad stuff. It already has the bad stuff that we created as mankind, womankind. It already has that, but it doesn't have the purposefully invented stuff by like 3.7 million, fake pages, fake sites created by Russia to push fake news. It doesn't have any of that. So the lies, it's not going to have those lies. It's going to have, the man created lies from back when. So that's a big deal. So you have the admittance of Sam Altman that GPT-5 sucks. And then you have tech stocks just getting hammered because of all the pilots that were failing, right? Then you have hawkish news out of Jay Powell. So everything just came together and said, yeah, screw the market. Screw the market. That's what happened. That's why everything tanked. Now, did you take advantage of that? I didn't have time. I was running around like a madman today, client to client. Normal sprinkle. But I couldn't take full advantage. And I have to be honest with you, it wasn't meant for me to take full advantage. Had I had time to sit down and think about it, I still wouldn't have dropped any dry powder on this. I'm telling you, I'm saving my dry powder. I wouldn't have dropped a dime additional beyond, dollar cost averaging. I wouldn't have dropped a dime. Why is that? Oh, I don't know. Because, well, I think it's coming. I think badness is coming. That's why. I think we'll have like a month and a half, maybe even 2 months of good stuff. And then I think that's what's going to happen. I think the realization from those tariffs is going to hit home. We've got articles out there now that are saying, hey, I've got an article right now. The miners, those rigs that everybody wants to buy so you can, do Bitcoin mining, all that good stuff. Guess what? Prices shot up insanely. And there you go. People think that these data centers, they just run. Yeah, you have to replace equipment. So the periodic purchase of new rigs, that's a thing. That's just and all of a sudden, the realization that you're gonna have to pay more is a pain in the butt, and it smacks you in the face. I'm telling you, the tariff numbers are gonna hit. And we're gonna see what's going on. You're gonna see it. People that go into the grocery store in the United States, you're already seeing it. Nobody in the new regime gives a damn because they can all afford the eggs. They don't care. They'll buy a dozen eggs for $120, a dozen, and they won't give a rat's behind because they have money. They're not like us. Oh, so Lex, it's been going on for a long time. You know how you used to create backlinks to pages and stuff like that and all that good stuff? Google's known about this problem for a really long time. So it's bad enough that the victor writes history. So if you're in a war, the victor writes the history. Everything else doesn't matter, right? So it's bad enough we have that. But to be able to inject all of that, yeah, nah. So now, when you look at all this, and wait. There's more. And like I said, the next AI show that I do will cover this more in depth. The ease at which AI creates this stuff, it's already engulfed, consumed everything that man, woman, the humankind has done. So what is it learning from now? That's right. I don't even need to finish the thought. You guys know. You guys know. It's cannibalizing itself. Yeah. Yeah. So everybody out here, and I have to tell you, I think it's stupid that companies are out here spending tons of money, buttloads of money, to be on these these cloud-based platforms when they should be running it locally, be more secure, have more control, be able to train your stuff, and you're out here spending big money on crap. On crap. You know how many ways that you can do AI injection with those services? You're not doing AI injection when you're running it locally. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, city ordinances don't allow you to do that in some places. So, cute suggestion, but no. Cute suggestion, but no. Not every place you can do that. What else do we have? We've got Saudi Awal Bank executed the first Islamic repo transaction using blockchain via OMLA, replacing paper processes with smart contracts. Yeah, while OMLA, or OMLA, I don't know how to pronounce it. I greatly apologize. Partnered with Avalanche for Saudi Arabia's first KSA hosted layer 1 blockchain. Ta freaking da. Ta freaking da. And you sit there and I'm telling you, things are not the same. You see all of these infrastructure things coming into play, and all these people that should be a part of the retail, renaissance, going out there buying crypto, using crypto. They're all sitting on the sidelines. Oh, it's fake. Oh, I don't know about it. Oh, it's too difficult to learn. They're going to miss out. They're going to miss out. And it's going to be like a light switch. It's going to be like night and day. It'll be just like that. Why do I think so? One day you're just going to realize that, holy moly, I think I saw a sign at the corner store where I could pay with crypto. Like, what? Huh, okay, you keep going. Walk into another store. Sign at the register. Pay with crypto. Huh? It's going to become oblivious to people until it becomes ubiquitous to people. Until they walk in everywhere and it's pay with crypto, pay with crypto, pay with crypto. And that's when it'll hit them like, oh, what? The world passed me by. The world passed me by. Because I didn't do three simple things. Do my own research, know my entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. I'm not asking a lot. Do those 3 things in your life, different aspects. Trust me, it's going to help you. It's going to help you. Just eyes wide open, people. Just eyes wide open. It's not that deep, but people really should stop and think about, how it all works, how money moves. What is money? Better, what is credit? Because most people aren't dealing in money. There's only but so much money around the world. Why do you think the numbers are so high for who owes what to who for whatever? It's because it's credit. There's a difference. On the power of your name, the bank will cut a check for X amount of money, and you will pay them back X amount of money. Money doesn't always change hands. Credit changes hands. Credit changes hands. Do some research on that. You will be amazed. You will be amazed. Right? Federal Reserve Vice Chair Michelle Bowman urged banks to adopt blockchain. You know, I had said this to a couple of people at a couple of banks that I've been consulting at, and I said banks need to move to blockchain tech. It can become your one true source and feed the rest of your systems with the information that it's holding. And once it writes to that ledger, it has been written. People looking at me, you crazy, man, you crazy, ha ha ha, you funny. Yeah, okay. I'm telling you, that day is gonna come, and all these old, stuffy freaking banks, they're not gonna do it. And you know what's gonna happen? The young gun banks will do it, and the old banks will just toddle off into the sunset. They had better step up their game. Partner with these young guns. Don't try to squash these young guns. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So you had better learn to work with them or learn the game. Get with it. Something else that caught my attention. China is exploring its own stable coin. They're not just exploring. They have one. Yeah, minted. So we're going to see how that plays out, because people are starting to realize, well, the dollar doesn't matter. The dollar doesn't matter. You want to know how much the dollar doesn't matter? Russia confirmed that it's still shipping oil to India. And I want you to stop and think about this. I said this a couple of weeks ago. I said India has a problem. India has a very big problem, and I don't think they're doing a good job managing it. A lot of the money that they make, a lot of the jobs that they have come from the United States, and you're still buying oil. One day somebody's going to jump up and they're going to say, okay, you want to play that game? We're going to snatch all those jobs back. And we're going to do it by telling companies you have until this date to repatriate those jobs or get them the hell out of India. All the H-1B visas from India, get the hell out. Companies would freak if that happened. They would absolutely lose their mind. So the chance of it happening is about this big, but the possibility of it happening is still a possibility. You're still helping Russia finance a war by buying their oil. India's got a problem. You can squeeze India. But India has so much business from around the world. It's going to be tough. But I think if the world came together and they said, screw India. Let's cut that out. So we're going to sanction India too. We don't have to take the jobs. We'll just sanction you out the butt. That could happen. That can happen. Because it's not going unnoticed that India is going out there and buying the oil, even though they were told, hey, cut that out. And now Russia's out there talking about, oh yeah, we're selling them oil. So now think about that. So you're out there admitting right after Vladdy Daddy just met with the new regime, you're actually out there flaunting the fact that we're selling oil and not using the US dollar. Wasn't it last week that I told you guys about A7A5, a ruble-backed coin? I told you about that, didn't I? Yeah. That's how they're financing things. That was one of the coins that they're using. And I told you before, A is often a substitute for the number 4. So A7A5 equates to 4745. Is that the ultimate disrespect or what? I'm flaunting in your face. I'm doing whatever I want to do. And you think you're going to get a ceasefire, that's going to help the global economy? Yeah, I don't think so. I think there's a problem. I think there's a problem. Right? So India from an economic perspective is going to have issues. I think they're going to have issues. Now, this one really caught my attention. The hacker behind the October 2024 Radiant Capital breach expanded stolen Ethereum holdings to $95 million by trading 9,631 ETH for $43.94 million in DAI and repurchasing 2,109 and a half ETH during price dips. During price dips. They knew exactly what they were doing. They played the volatility. They snatched the money, or snatched the value, and played the volatility. Yeah. You want to hear a mistake? U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent highlighted stablecoins like Tether. We were talking about this the other day. Like Tether and Circle as major buyers of U.S. Treasuries with the Genius Act, requiring dollar-pegged stablecoins to be fully backed by Treasuries, projecting $2 to $3.7 trillion in stablecoin demand for Treasuries by 2030. It's exactly what we were all saying the other day, that we've been saying for a while. Who's going to be left holding that debt? Yeesh. Now, so what's that say about inflation? What's that say about the value of a dollar? It kind of leaves me worried about the US dollar. No? It does. At least me. I mean, it could just be me, but it leaves me worried about the US dollar. How long does it have to last? There's a lot going on there. A lot going on. Now, I'm starting to see signs. That infrastructure is being built out that we don't realize. Both BlackRock and Blackstone bought electric companies. Why is that? Well, because it's a legalized monopoly, no? That's why you do it. You play Monopoly, what do? You buy the railroads and you buy the utilities, water and electricity. Hasn't changed. So I think BlackRock spent, $9 billion and Blackstone spent $11 billion. And they'll continue to build them out and grow them and continue to make money. And here's the kicker. The only electric companies, and who controls how much money electric companies can make year over year, how much they can charge year over year? The governments. Who's got a lot of sway with governments? BlackRock and Blackstone. Two of the world's largest money management companies. Makes you stop and go, what? Yep. So when I tell you guys that energy is going to be the biggest, not for nothing. The way this world is going, I could easily see batteries as being used as money. Sounds crazy though, right? Sounds insane. Until you stop and think that we used to use shells. We used to use shells. So yeah, it's kind of a big deal. It's kind of something for us to pay attention to. Do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. You have no idea how much more important that is now than it was before. You have no idea. Some of us do. Don't get me wrong. Some of us do. So I sit there and I just go, should probably be paying attention to it. Power's no joke. Water's going to be another one. I'm slowly watching the decline of strong fiat around the world. How does strong fiat drop? You diminish your value on the world stage. What has the United States done on only the past few months? We've diminished ourselves on the world stage. We're no longer the predictable country. And that hurts us, believe it or not. From a financial perspective, that hurts us. If you've got a bunch of countries talking about we're no longer going to rely on the US dollar, then what? One of the issues that stops, that kind of gives pause to that is, if you crush the dollar, whatever debt is owed to you is also crushed. And there you have it. So it's a dangerous dance, is what it is. It's a dangerous dance. So when I look at these things, I'm kind of thinking we should be paying attention to these things that are telling us a clear story, an almost beyond clear story, right? We need energy. We have debt. Real estate is messed up and controlled by the few. Just so many. Insurance is hosed. There are just a lot of things that I can see on the bad side, but I can also see so many opportunities on the good side. So all I'm doing is doing my research, knowing my entries and exits, and absolutely investing deliberately. Doing things on purpose and for a reason. Understanding my why. Then it's easier for me to figure out the how. Because I put a stamp of the level of importance of my why. And then I figure out the how based on that level of importance. Just saying. Lex Luthor's going to lose his mind. I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I see you. Thank you. But, you know, I'm just paying attention to all the little things that are kind of happening under the sheets, right? Not that they're not in plain sight, just nobody's paying attention. Just nobody's paying attention. I read the Wall Street Journal every day. Yes, but did you catch that article? Or did you only go for the clickbait articles? I read this, I read that. But what did you actually read? Right? I come across articles that make me go, whoa, wait a minute. And then I realize I'm not seeing that information anyplace else. Reputable space and reputable writer. I can see how that happens. And nobody's picking up the article, but the news is there. The reference to whatever bill or whatever deed or whatever. The references are all there. And you sit there and you go, and nobody else is picking this up. Huh. They're only picking up the sexy stuff. Really? That's what I'm paying attention to. That's what I'm paying attention to. Because it's those things that we're going to catch that will tell us these are places where you can make money. So pay attention. Pay attention. I told you it was going to be early night. Let me get to this question. Who just bought a no-code trading automation platform Coinbase, OKX, Kraken, or other. I didn't see anybody put other in the comments. 33% said other. One person said Kraken, 2 people said OKX, and 1 person said Coinbase. It's Kraken. It's Kraken. Doesn't it make sense? Doesn't it make sense that it's Kraken? Think about it. Kraken became a bank. Kraken bought a stock trading company. So now they're buying a stock trading automation company. I think it's called Capitalize AI is who they bought. It's like, yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? That makes sense. So what do you think is coming? What do you think? I would think that it'd be copy trading. Copy trading would be one of them that could happen, right? Another one that could happen, well, you can use AI to do calculations and project for you and all this. Everything that everybody's building bots for, I can just ask AI. I can ask AI 8 ways to Sunday to see if it gives me the correct information on a consistent basis and act on it. Kraken just kicked a whole lot of banks in the teeth with that move. Yeah. Automated stock tracking, automated stock trading using AI. They just kicked a lot of banks in the mouth. You don't think that's coming to a regular person like me and you? Yeah. Automated, AI integrated. That's going to be powerful. And like I said, they're a bank, they're a stock trading company. They are always a crypto trading company. But banks aren't going to pay attention to this. They're not eyes wide open. Kraken's just moving along. Da 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 da. I'm going to do me, you do you. Da 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 da. And it's amazing. It's amazing how people aren't paying attention to these things. It's all right there for the reading. All right there for the reading. That's all you have to do. Do your own research. Know your entries and exits and absolutely invest deliberately. It doesn't take that much. It does not take that much, but we're not paying attention. I think I deleted the poll, but that's all right. We only had 6 people vote anyway. Anyway, everybody, I told you I got to go because birthday party. It's Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, smash the likes. Tell your friends about this community. It's a popping community. I was hoping that we would hit 20,000 on today being the birthday because it's the 20th, but we didn't quite make it. We didn't quite make it. What are we at right now? We're at, I'll tell you. Let's look it up. Unfortunately, we're only at 19,846. We need 154 people to subscribe to the channel. That's what we need. That's what we need. If we can get there, it'd be all right. What do you mean by social interest is at 0? I don't know what you mean by that. Social interest is at 0. You mean for the show? But we're growing. I think everything takes time, right? I mean, we have more views than before. Let ETH hit some better numbers and it will happen. Oh, for crypto. Yeah. There's no social. I hate to say it, but you're absolutely freaking right. There's no social interest in general about crypto until everybody gets hit with, oh yeah, crypto. Slow and steady wins the race. So everybody in this community is learning and slow and steady and is winning their race. Watch. You'll see. You want to know when crypto is actually going to blow up? When all those other people start rushing to go buy crypto because they know they have to at that point. Like there's no choice at that point. The rest of us will make money off of them because they're rushing to go buy crypto and they'll just keep driving the price up and up and up and up. which is why I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Because some of those people are going to have to do things like sell homes and stuff like that. I'm waiting. I'm absolutely waiting. Anyway, everybody, this is Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. And absolutely, thank you for your trust. I'll be back on tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. for the Crypto Daily, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everybody, have a great rest of your night. Bye-bye.